Are you going to go and see? You're going to go see Secrets of Dumbledore? Oh,
Good morning, year 3, 4.
it's Greenaway. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, eyes forward. Shh, everybody. Shh, everybody. Shh, Miss Greenaway's here.
Good morning. 1, 2, 3, eyes on. Me.
You.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Not me.
Okay, boys and girls, who can remember something we've been working on in class that is a term we use for an object that is the exact same when it is mirrored?
Oh. I know this.
Carlos?
What? Symmetry.
That's great. Symmetry. That's correct.
Oh,
So
symmetry.
if an object is mirrored and it is the exact same picture when we mirror it, it is called symmetry.
Like
Who
your reflection.
has been working on what we've been doing and having a look around home and school and out in the playground for an object that is symmetrical? Mina?
Yes, I did. I found at home I found the TV set is symmetrical, and then I wasn't sure, but my cat, Miss Hannigan, she's got the same stripes on her face, and I thought that could be symmetrical.
That's a perfect example, Mina. Miss Hannigan can be symmetrical if her stripes are the same on each side of her face. Will, did you have your hand up?
Oh, yep. My BMX wheel.
That's another excellent example and very different to Mina's example. Your BMX wheel is symmetrical if it's the same one. You can fold it in half or mirror the image. Did anyone else have an example?
Oh, yes.
Carlos, was that you?
Yes.
What was your example?
Well, my example was I found a leaf.
Yeah.
Outside that was still like it had only just fallen off. I don't know what the plant was, but it was like perfectly straight, like it was long and pointy. Like it was so pointy at the end because it's so long and pointy that it like stabbed my finger. But I thought that was symmetrical.
That's wonderful. That is something from nature. A leaf can be symmetrical. If it is the same when you can fold it in half, either long ways or short ways, it is called symmetrical. Emily, did you have an example?
Oh, I forget.
You forget? How about you have a look around the classroom while I ask Jayla if she has an example?
Oh, okay. My example was we got a pizza for dinner one night, and I thought, like, because then it had a line down the middle, and I was like, is that? But then I wasn't sure because it had like they put the toppings on it and they were a little bit crooked.
Jayla, that is a perfect example that we can talk about. So when you get a pizza, yes, the shape that it is cut in is symmetrical. So you might have a pizza cut in 8 pieces with a line down the middle and 4 on each side. So it might not be perfect, but the middle is the symmetrical part. But if you put your pieces or your topping in the exact same spots on each side, then that is symmetrical as well. But the shape of your pizza cut in the middle is definitely symmetrical.
Oh, that Emily. Was, yeah, they put the toppings on so crooked, like there wasn't even any on even one piece that I got.
That's terrible, but maybe next time you could make your own pizza at home and you could put your toppings in a symmetrical position and you could take a photo and send it to us or bring it in and show us.
Oh, okay, cool.
Emily, have you had a time to think?
Can I say, my notebook?
Your notebook. Can you fold it over and does it look the same on each side?
Well, because it's already got the middle line.
Yeah.
And then when I close it,
it's open, it's the same on each side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect example. Well done. So class, what we're going to do today, in a minute, we're going to get the iPads and we will be going outside. And we're going to look at the nature part of symmetry. So we're going to do what Carlos did and have a look at some leaves and have a look at some trees and see where we can see symmetry outside in the nature and where it fits in our world. But before we do, something that you might notice, Carlos, and everyone else, when you go outside and you might pick up a leaf, this here I bought from my home and it's a fork. but you might not be able to see quite well, but there are patterns on each side of this fork.
Oh, yeah.
And when we look at it down the middle, that is the same pattern on each side. So it is symmetrical. But I also bought a spoon from my house, and this pattern goes down the center in an odd shape.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's weird looking.
yeah. So if this was cut down the middle, is that pattern going to be the same?
No.
No.
So the pattern is different if we put it across to the other side. So it's not symmetrical. So when we go out, we might find that we have a leaf and the shape might be the same when it's folded over, but the pattern on the shape might not be the same. So therefore it won't be symmetrical. Does that make sense?
Okay, so if the pattern's different, like my pizza?
Like your pizza, Jayla, but it might look very similar, but we're going to be looking really closely to see if the patterns are the same as well, to make sure it's exactly identical on each side.
Okay.
So it could be a little bit tricky, but I think that we're all pretty clever after those examples and we'll be able to find something.
Okay, what if there's no leaves that are the same shape that have fallen off?
That's a very
The
good
tree.
question. If there's no leaves, what other objects do you think we might find outside?
Well, maybe like a straight stick?
That's correct, a stick. And a stick's pretty tricky because if we broke it in half and put it together, it could be the same. But if someone got a saw and cut it up the middle long ways, then it would be the same that way as well. But we obviously can't do that at school, can we?
Yeah, because yeah, we're not allowed to use them,
No, that
are
would
we?
be a bit dangerous, wouldn't it? We can't exactly.
Yeah, it's
cut a
very
stick.
dangerous.
So when we go outside, what are some rules that we're going to be remembering? Who can think of some rules for when we're outside?
Oh, yes.
Hands up so I
One.
can see you. Carlos, was it you?
Yes. When you go outside, you must wear sun cream.
That's right. We're going to put our sunscreen on. Jayla, what else do we need to put on?
Okay, we have to make sure that we put on a hat as well.
That's right. Sunscreen and hat. And Mina?
So, don't leave the playground.
That's right. We stay together, don't we? Because we don't want
Yes.
anyone to get lost.
No, you can't get lost at school though, because it's not very big.
No, it's not very big, but if someone wandered away from the group, they might not be able to find us. Is that right?
No. Yep, so we have to stick together.
That's right. We stick together. We're going to work in some small groups. So you can choose to work by yourself if you like, or you can choose a partner. There's obviously not enough to have a partner each. So if you do want to, you can have 3 and 2, or we can all work together and just do it as one group.
Do you want to be with me, Will?
I can work by myself, but I don't mind if someone wants to come with me.
All right. Well, let's figure that out when we go outside. But right now, who can remind me what exactly are we looking for when we get outside? Hands up. Jayla.
We are looking for shapes and stuff that are symmetrical, and
Oh, I know the rest.
It's okay. Let's give Jayla a minute. She knows.
it's something like the pattern on it. So the leaves, it's got to have the same
That's
pattern.
right. So it needs to be exactly symmetrical, doesn't it, Jayla?
Yes.
So we are looking for something. It doesn't have to have a pattern. You might find a leaf that is just green, or it might just be brown. Or you might find something that is green on one side and brown on the other, but that won't be symmetrical.
Yeah.
Because it's different colors.
Well, yeah, it will, because it's now like autumn, isn't it? And that's when all the leaves start to fall off and
That's
change.
right. So one part of the leaf might be dying and the other part might still be green.
Oh, I
So
can't
there's
use
lots
that,
of
can I?
different things that we need to think about when we go outside to look for symmetry.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I
So
hope
what
I
we're
can find a
going to
good one.
do, if you chose to work by yourself, that's fine, Carlos. If you want to work with a partner, that's also fine.
Okay.
So we are going to grab our hats and put our sunscreen on, leave your workbook inside, and we can either take photos on the iPad, or you might choose one item, just one each, one item to bring back into the classroom, and we can use it to display to remind us of what symmetry is, and we can analyze it together when we come back in. How does that sound?
Thank you.
Everyone understands?
Yes.
Put your hand up if you have any more questions before we go outside, just so I know you all understand. No questions? That's brilliant. Okay, everyone, let's go and get our hats and we can go and get the iPads and go outside.
Thank you, Miss. See you outside.
End simulation.
And fantastic job there, Emma. So before we wrap up, just a couple of brief questions about your class you just did, just for self-reflection. So looking back over your lesson you just delivered, what do you think you did well and why?
Probably gaining attention. I didn't really have any students that were distracted or not engaged in the activity and understanding of the lesson. Yeah.
No, fantastic. And is there anything that you would do differently and why?
I don't really think so. I was actually quite surprised that they were all so engaged and stayed on task while I was discussing it, and didn't kind of linger into topics such as the pizza toppings and the BMX bike wheel and stuff like that.
No, great job, Emma. Yeah, fantastic self-reflection.